Hello everyone, this is Dhruv from Edureka and I welcome you all to this session where I will be talking about how to become a Google Cloud Architect. So without any further ado, let's take a look at today's agenda. So we will start this session by first understanding who is a Google Cloud Architect and why there is a need of a Google Cloud Architect, and also why is Google Cloud Platform in great demand. And then we will move forward to have a look on job description of a Google Cloud Architect and also their roles and responsibilities as well as the skills required by a Google Cloud Architect. Then finally we will understand how to become a Google Cloud Architect and how to crack Google Cloud Architect exam. Before we begin, do consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated on trending technologies. And also, if you are interested in online training certification in Google Cloud Platform, check out the link given in the description box below. So first, let's understand who is a Google Cloud Architect. A Google Cloud certified professional cloud architect enables organizations to leverage Google Cloud technologies. Through an understanding of Google technology and cloud architecture, the individual designs, develops, and manages robust, secure, scalable, highly available, and dynamic solutions to drive business objectives. The cloud architect should be proficient in all aspects of enterprise cloud strategy, solution design, and architectural best practices. Also, the cloud architect should be experienced in software development methodologies and approaches, including multi-tiered distributed applications which span multi-cloud or hybrid environments. Now that you have understood who is a Google Cloud Architect, let's understand why there's a need for a Google Cloud Architect. First of all, let's look at the market trends for Google Cloud Platform. If you see for the first pie chart, in this you can see like the data is for quarter one of 2021, where we can see the top three cloud service providers. Like the first one, you can see the AWS with 32% market share, and then Microsoft Azure for 19%, and Google Cloud for 7%. And then there are various others and like a lot of cloud service providers, which constitutes to 42% of the market share. Now, if you see, AWS is actually the biggest cloud player because it was launched like way back in 2004, and after that Microsoft Azure, and then after that Google Cloud in 2010 was launched. But if you see, like initially it wasn't that much growing, but if you see in the last 3 years, if you see this second graph from quarter 1 2018 to quarter 4 2020, you can see that AWS has 28% surge in market, and then Azure has 50%, where Alibaba Cloud has 54%, and the highest you can see is of Google Cloud, which is 58%. And Google Cloud is that's how grabbing the market like aggressively. It's because of its various services like ML and AI also, and of cloud AI, like various BigQuery services. These are like the unique services which Google Cloud provide. We will talk about it later on. Okay. Now let's talk about the need of Google Cloud Architect certification. So Google Cloud certification validate your expertise and showcase your ability to transform with Google Cloud technology, and it enables organization to leverage Google Cloud technologies. Also, like 87% of the Google Cloud certified individuals are more confident about their cloud skills. And Professional Cloud Architect was the highest paying certification of 2020 and 2019. More than 1 in 4 of Google Cloud certified individuals took on more responsibility or leadership roles at work. Also, one of the major factor of a Google Cloud Architect certification, it helps in getting the candidate shortlisted in a company which is looking for a cloud architect. So this, first of all, they what they see in a resume is whether you have a Google Cloud Architect certification or not. If you have it, then you will get shortlisted for sure. That's the major needs of a Google Cloud Architect certification. Now let's look at the job trends for Google Cloud Architect. So if you look at the IT sector, 86% of the enterprises have more than a quarter of their IT infrastructure running in cloud environments. And according to the study done by Gartner, the public cloud services market will like hit about $331.2 billion by 2022. And 52% of the enterprises spend more than $1.2 million annually on public cloud, as well as 26% of the enterprises spend more than $6 million, which is like really huge. Now let's look at the salary or say pay scale for a Google Cloud Architect. So according to global knowledge, the average pay for a Google Cloud Architect in India is 15.3 lakhs, whereas in US it is 175,000 US dollars, which is, you can understand, like a very high scale salary is being provided to Google Cloud Architects. Now let's understand why Google Cloud Platform is in great demand. We all know how big the database of Gmail, YouTube, and Google search is, and I don't think in recent years Google server has gone down. It's actually one of the biggest in the world. So it seems an obvious choice to trust them, right? So now let's look at what really gives Google Cloud an upper hand over other vendors. So first of all, the major advantage Google Cloud has is of Google Cloud's IoT core, which is a fully managed service to easily and securely connect, manage, and ingest data from globally dispersed devices. Also, Google Cloud has a better pricing than its competitors, which means it's cost effective. Third, due to serverless computing, it is highly available and fault tolerant. With Cloud AI, Cloud Functions in GCP is the easiest way to run your code in the cloud integrated with machine learning technologies. Also, it is highly scalable as it uses auto scaling to automatically adjust the number of virtual machine instances that are hosting your application. So, what it does is it allows your application to adapt to different varying amounts of traffic. Lastly, Google Cloud Smart Analytics solutions are fully managed, means big data analytics solutions. This multi-cloud analytics platform empowers everyone to get insights while eliminating constraints of scale, performance, and cost. It uses real-time insights and data apps to drive decisions and innovation. Now let's look at the job description of a Google Cloud Architect. So you can see here the job description of a Google Cloud Technical Architect of Accenture company, and the location you can see is Gurugram, Haryana. So now let's understand what type of work will be required by the company and what skills will you be performing on a regular basis. So the work experience, first of all, is required 4 to 6 years, a minimum of 4 years of overall hands-on experience in programming and data structures. Then strong cloud expertise in delivering data solutions, especially like database services and big data services on the Google Cloud platform. Also, Google Cloud Architect should be experienced in integrating cloud native services. Cloud native services are the like unique services for that particular cloud service provider. Means unique services which are in Google Cloud platform. The Google Cloud Architect should know about it and should know how to work on it and how to execute and make an output through it. So Google Cloud Architect should be like integrating cloud native services into secure, efficient, and scalable solutions. Also, Google Cloud Architect should know how to design data pipelines using cloud native data technologies. Means cloud native data technologies can be like storage accounts, Cloud SQL, Bigtable, BigQuery, Dataflow, Dataproc, etc. Also, the Google Cloud Architect should have a deep knowledge of RDBMS as well as of NoSQL for like database programming and other non-technical or say professional attributes that the Google Cloud Architect should carry is analytical thinking and attention to details, good time management skills, and the ability to work to tight deadlines, and then capacity to work under pressure. These all things are required by a Google Cloud Architect. You can see the emphasis as the main of data solutions, cloud native services, data pipeline, cloud native data technologies, also of RDBMS and SQL. Now let's understand the roles and responsibilities of Google Cloud Architect, which he performs on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. So the Google Cloud Architect should know how to design and deploy applications on Google Cloud Platform, which are dynamically scalable and available, fault tolerant, and also like it should be very much reliable and secure as well. Also, if the Google Cloud Architect is going to deploy an application, then he should know what kind of Google Cloud services should be used for it for that kind of a deployment based on the given requirements. Especially, he should also know like how to migrate application, also like multi-tier applications, say the databases and a heavy database also on Google Cloud Platform. One more thing is he should make a strategy of how to work on Google Cloud Platform with the most optimization and cost saving techniques. And he should also know how to coordinate if there are new things are coming. He should be easily adaptable to the changes. Okay. Also, he should know how to implement multiple Google Cloud services and use multiple products of Google Cloud platform in a way that it shouldn't cost much to the company or say organization. That means he should be well aware with the cost optimization techniques in Google Cloud platform. Now let's understand the skills required by the Google Cloud Architect. So first of all, let's see the programming skills required by the Google Cloud Architect. So he should have an hands-on experience of SQL as well as NoSQL, which are like majorly required for database programming and database migration and for querying purposes. He should also know the Python programming language, maybe not to the expertise or in very advanced level, but at least at an intermediate level, so that he can create, analyze, and organize large chunks of data. As well as it's very useful for using ML and AI products like natural language processing and means natural language understanding and auto ML products. For these purposes, Python is very much required. Also, for the application development purposes, he should know the Java programming language. Also, for web development purposes, he should carry a good knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now, let's see the operating systems, which the Google architect should be well aware of and should have a good knowledge of, like Linux, Solaris, Ubuntu, Windows, Unix. But preferably, I would say he should have a good knowledge of Linux as it brings the features like open source, security, customization, and is adopted by different cloud platforms as well. He should also have a very good knowledge of security and identity fundamentals in Google Cloud Platform, like identity and access management, like how to provide certain access management to certain users. If an employee is working under him and if he is handling any team, then he should know what kind of access he should provide to that person, to that employee, I mean, and what are the roles and policies of identity and access management. Also, you should be well aware of cloud compliance techniques. So, cloud compliance is like the principle that cloud delivered systems must be compliant with the standards their customers require. And cloud compliance ensures that cloud computing services meet compliance requirements. Lastly, he should be well aware of data privacy. If he is uploading any data on cloud or if he is extracting any data from the cloud, import, export, everything. So, he should be well aware of the data privacy and how to protect and secure data from exploitation. So Google Cloud Architect is also required to have a good knowledge of networking as well. Means networking in Google Cloud Platform. Like you should have a very good knowledge of Cloud CDN, which is a cloud delivery network for service web and like video content, and also of Cloud DNS, which is a domain name system for reliable and low latency name lookups, as well as of hybrid connectivity options for VPN, peering, and enterprise needs. On a whole, Google Cloud Architect should know how to design networking ways to make sure the network is responsive to user demands by building automatic adjustment procedures. Lastly, he should be very well aware of cloud storage techniques in Google Cloud Platform and especially like usability and accessibility through cloud storage, how easily cloud storage can be used and accessed. Secondly, he should ensure the security for storage. If he is storing any data, he should be ensuring that how he can use security techniques to secure the data, and whatever services he is combining with cloud storage, it should be cost efficient, as well as the service he is using, like cloud storage service if he is using, he should be able to optimize it in a way that it should cost the least to the organization, as well as he should be using it that it's very portable to, or you can say like very easily usable, so that will be convenient for the organizations and for the client. Also, he should know how to automate the data he is storing in cloud storage, and the data should be synchronized with the multiple devices, or we can say with the lead device of the organization. And also, he should be well aware of the disaster recovery in cloud storage, so that if the data gets lost, then it can be backed up later on. Now, when we come to data storage, so there are like four types of storage. So the first is standard storage, which is good for hot data that's accessed frequently, including websites, streaming videos, and mobile apps. Second is nearline storage, which is like for low cost, good for data that can be stored for at least 30 days, including data backup and long tail multimedia content. Then there's cold line storage, which has a very low cost, good for data that can be stored for at least 90 days, including disaster recovery. Then there is archive storage, so which has a lowest cost, good for data that can be stored for at least 365 days, including regulatory archives. Now, these are the non-technical skills required by the Google Cloud Architect, that he should be flexible in working and he should have leadership skills as well to lead a team, and he should be business oriented, that how to profit the organization. If he is working on any project or something, he should know that how to extract out the maximum leads, or you can say the maximum profit for the business. Also, he should have very good communication skills so that he can lead a team, or he can connect multiple teams, or he can easily handle the clients as well. Now, let's understand how one can become a Google Cloud Architect. For becoming a Google Cloud Architect, you should know cloud native services, means which are the unique services, you can say like Firebase, Firestore, App Engine, or Google Kubernetes Engine, Cloud Run. You should have a good hands-on experience, or say a very deep knowledge of these cloud native services. Also, you should be well aware of database programming, like both SQL and NoSQL, so that you can handle SQL databases as well as NoSQL databases. Like there is a Cloud SQL, and then there is a Cloud Bigtable, Firestore, also like Memory Store, Cloud Spanner. All these are database services provided in Google Cloud Platform. Also, you should be well aware of big data solutions, so that big data services in Google Cloud Platform can be easily managed, like BigQuery and Dataproc or Cloud PubSub or Dataflow. These all big data solutions you should be well aware of. Also, you should carry very fine analytical skills. Also, you should be well aware of application development. Like you can use App Engine in Google Cloud Platform for developing the applications, for deploying, also for deploying purposes also. Also, you should know the automation process in Google Cloud Platform. Like there is a free Google Cloud Platform automation software from 𝐵 Cloud. So 𝐵 Cloud is a like tool for scheduling non-production instances on Google Cloud Platform that helps companies reduce their cloud computing costs, also like improve their IT governance, increase accountability, and optimize their cloud computing resources as well. Also, you should be well aware and have a good knowledge of DevOps products and integrations so that you can build and deploy new cloud applications or store artifacts and monitor app security and reliability on Google Cloud. Like there is a cloud build and artifact registry. Like cloud build, you can say like it defines custom workflows for building, testing, and deploying across multiple net environments. And artifact registry is used for storing, managing, and securing your container images and language packages. All these things you should be well aware of. Also, you should be flexible enough to work in a fast-paced environment as well. Also, you should be well aware of the compute services as well. Like there's compute engine where you can run virtual machines in Google's data center, and also like there is a Google App Engine, which is a serverless application platform for apps and backends. Also, like cloud GPUs and preemptible virtual machines and shielded virtual machines, you should be well aware of, and should also have a like hands-on experience also. Other than that, there are also like ML and AI services, which is very unique in like Google Cloud, and Google Cloud is actually famous for its ML and AI services. So that is something you should be like, you should have a deep knowledge and a hands-on experience, and you should really be well aware of it. So you can see like there are certain services like Auto ML, Vision AI, and like there's cloud translation for language detection, translation, and there is a cloud natural language for sentiment analysis, and video AI is also there for video classification and recognition. This is like for deep learning. All these things, this is something you should have an hands-on experience and you should know really, really well. This is what companies are targeting for. Then lastly, you should know how the Google Kubernetes engine work, and you should know about the architectural working of Kubernetes engine. So there are like two modes of Google Kubernetes engine, means there are two modes of operation in Google Kubernetes engine. They are like standard and autopilot, and like there's also podding cluster auto scaling in it, and there is like pre-built Kubernetes applications and templates are also there. Also, like a container native networking and security is also being provided by GKE Sandbox, means Google Kubernetes Engine Sandbox. So these are some of the concepts you should be well aware of. Other than that, you should also have a very good communication skills to handle clients and handle teams and multiple teams as well. Now let's see the Google Cloud certification provided by Edureka as well. So you can see how I have explained you step by step. Like Google Cloud certification training is designed to meet the industry benchmark. It's of course the industry relevant course, and then there are multiple batches for it. Right now there is a July 31st batch which is filling fast. Then is also like August 28th batch. They are like monthly batches. You can register for them. As I have like explained you step by step how Google Cloud certification is needed and why you need to be certified Google Cloud architect. You can see I have explained you compute services for like virtual networks, all these things, and compute services and security and identity fundamentals. As I've explained you, like the identity and access management and cloud compliance and data privacy things. Other than that, data storage services, and these are like the fundamentals. Like these services you should actually be knowing, and how where you should implement these services for what requirement. This is how the industry relevant Google Cloud Platform Architect course is being constructed by Edureka, and it can surely help you in also cracking the Google Cloud Platform exam that we are going to talk about. Then there's, you can see like I have explained you DevOps, automation, everything I have explained you. So as I have told you how these services are very much important, and these are the services you should target for. So you can register for Edureka Google Cloud Platform Architect certification. So this was all about how to become a Google Cloud Architect. Now let's understand how to crack Google Cloud Architect exam. If you don't know much about Google Cloud Architect exam, it is valid for 2 years and it's a 2-hour exam. When you are prepared for it, you can actually apply for it. That you can look at the documentation part of a Google Cloud platform. For cracking Google Cloud Architect exam, you should know how to design and plan a Google Cloud solution architecture, like designing a solution infrastructure that meets business requirements. And consideration for that includes business use cases and product strategy, cost optimization, supporting the application design, integration with external systems, movement of data, as well as like design decision trade-offs and build, buy, modify, or depreciate. Also the compliance and observability as well. Other than that, designing a solution infrastructure that meets technical requirements like high availability and failover design, scalability to meet growth requirements, and performance and latency. And while designing in network storage and compute services, you should consider integration with the on-premises or multi-cloud environments, choosing data processing technologies as well, and choosing compute resources, and mapping compute needs to platform products. Then also like creating a migration plan, that is documents and architectural diagrams, for which the considerations include integrating solutions with existing systems, migrating systems and data to support the solution. Also for software license mapping and network planning. Also like depending management planning and envisioning, especially like envisioning future solution improvements, considerations for that include cloud and technology improvements and evolution of business needs and evangelism and advocacy. Second thing is you should know how to manage and provision a solution infrastructure. So for that, you need to configure network topologies, and you should consider extending to on-premises environments and extending to a multi-cloud environment that may include Google Cloud to Google Cloud communication. So one more thing is there while configuring network topologies, that is security protection. Also, while managing and provisioning a solution infrastructure, you should configure individual storage systems, and you should consider data storage allocation for that and data processing, as well as compute provisioning and security and access management, as well as data growth planning. Also, like you should configure compute systems as well while managing and provisioning, and you should consider compute resource provisioning for that and compute volatility configuration as well. The third thing is you should know how to design for security and compliance. While designing for security, consider identity and access management, also like resource hierarchy and data security, and separation of duties and security controls like auditing VPC, service controls, etc. And also like managing customer managed encryption keys with cloud key management services and remote access as well. And second thing under designing and security of compliance is designing for compliance. For that, consider legislation and commercial as well as industry certifications and audits as well, like including logs. So the fourth step is analyzing and optimizing technical and business process. So while analyzing and defining technical process, consider software development lifecycle and continuous integrations or continuous deployment, as well as troubleshooting and testing and validation of software infrastructure. Other than that, service catalog and provisioning and business continuity and disaster recovery as well. Second step is to analyze and define business processes. And for that, you need to consider stakeholder management, change management, team assessment, decision making processes, customer success management, cost optimization, resource as well. Third thing under analyzing and optimizing technical and business processes, developing procedures to ensure reliability of solutions in production. Like you can take, for example, chaos engineering and penetration testing. Fifth step is managing implementation. So that can be done by advising development or operation teams to ensure successful deployment of the solutions. And for that purpose, you need to consider application development, API best practices, test framework, and data and system migration and management tooling. So implementation can be managed also by interacting with the Google Cloud programmatically. And for that, you need to consider Google Cloud Shell, Google Cloud SDK, also like cloud emulators, means Cloud Bigtable, Data Store, Spanner, PubSub, and Firestore as well, etc. So the last step is ensuring solution and operations reliability. And for that, you need to consider monitoring, logging, profiling, alerting solutions, as well as deployment and release management, assisting with the support of deployed solutions, and evaluating quality control measures. So with this, we come to the end of today's session of how to become a Google Cloud Architect. I hope you had a great time learning and understanding about it. If you have any queries, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. Until next time, thank you.
I hope you have enjoyed listening to this video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries, and we will reply them at the earliest. Do look out for more videos in our playlist and subscribe to Edureka channel to learn more. Happy learning!